Well, it's been a busy week. I posted a minor update on YouTube. Now the fun part comes, all the painting. I can't wait. It's gonna be great. I wish I could just snap my fingers and it'd be done, but maybe. Holy crap, it worked! Yes! I don't have to do painting anymore, it's all done! My misery is over!
That's not how painting works. Now do it the right way.
Okay. Guess I gotta do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, well, back for another round of painting. Been painting for pretty much an entire week here. Been working hard. I want to get 2 coats of oil-based sealer on everything. For my paint that I've been using on everything, and this includes the stand, the tanks, and pretty much everything, I've been using Kills Odorless Stain Blocker. It's a low VOC oil-based primer, sealer, paint, whatever you want to call it. So everything I've been doing for the tank has been getting a minimum of 2 coats of this. Some stuff will get a little bit more just for touch-up reasons or for simply just making sure it looks nicer. I don't have a huge concern with aesthetics of the tank or anything. It is a DIY build, but my main concern is not to make everything look perfect on the outside. I focus more on the tank itself. But I also want to make sure that the wood, all the woodworking, the plywood tanks, the canopy, stands, all the surrounding stuff is sealed at least, so that the moisture that does come out of this tank, which will be pretty significant, doesn't hurt it and make it, not last as long. Not to say that wood can't take quite a bit of humidity, but when you combine salt and everything else, it could definitely be more substantial of an impact on it. So I want to try and seal it up as best I can. Despite this being low VOC paint, one of the things that I want to point out, I do tend to wear a respirator, and I do have a little plastic wall here. And the reason that I have that, this area is basically where my fish room sits. Now I've already installed humidity sensing ventilation, and I've turned the humidity control down to 30%, which is well below what I keep my home at. So it's basically been running 24/7 for the last week and a half, so that any vapors and stuff that come out of the paint or the painting process gets sucked outside. And I will caution everybody, if you have not painted with oil-based paints before, one of the things that I will let you know is that despite sealing this off, and it's not the best seal, but even if I try to do it a little bit more, you're always going to get some paint fumes into the rest of your home. And the first time this happened to me, it actually shocked me a little bit, and I didn't know what was going on until I Googled it, found out. But if you paint with oil-based paints in your home, the little oil molecules will float around your house and remain there for days. Now if you have a gas-powered stove or a stove in general, when you go to fire that up, it's going to smell like a kerosene heater, and it can be a pretty strong smell in your home. So it's just something to be cautious of. It's something that it just happens with oil-based paint. I'm sure you could probably do latex for this. I've used oil-based paints in the past for stands and canopy fixtures and never had problems with them. Honestly, for small jobs, I'd use a spray paint, but I'm not doing that down in my basement. And honestly, the next stage that I'm going to have, once I get everything painted here, is my floor is just covered in oil-based paint, and I'm going to have to do a cleanup. I'll probably have to use paint thinner because it's oil-based paint, and I'll have to be careful because it is volatile, and you want to be very careful with substances like that in the home. So probably going to do something similar to what I'm doing here, where I kind of mask it off. I might even do it to a higher level and then make sure my ventilation's running, and might only do little sections at a time over several days, so I don't get too much of that building up in this atmosphere. So I'm going to go ahead and get started painting. It's going to be about as much fun watching paint dry, so I'm going to montage this with a little music, so enjoy. Well guys, painting's done. I'm happy to say that I'm glad it's over with. It was a nightmare. I had my video done last week. I still didn't quite have all the painting done and everything reassembled. It took a lot of time to, you know, build all this stuff, and it's kind of hard to have to tear it all down to paint it and then put it back together. So, and it's all done now. I've started moving on. You can see I have some electrical conduit up now. I'm just starting to rough in electrical. Made another fun trip to Home Depot. I know we all like doing that. The next projects that I'm going to be working on, or I should say next steps I'm working on for this system. One, I need to get all my electrical done. I've dropped in two 20 amp circuits, which I have overhead outlets above the tanks, and these are on the same circuits, and I'm going to still split everything between outlets. Once I have all that completed all the way around the room, then my electrical will for the most part be done. The next thing that I need to focus on is I need to build some light racks. They're going to hold my lights up, and any kind of transformers or extra cords for pumps. I want to have something that's above the tanks. So I'm going to have a video coming up on that once I get one completed. And I'll show you guys how I did it. Pretty much everything I ordered online or got at Home Depot, so it was pretty simple to do. And once all that's completed, the next step that I'm going to take is to get the plumbing for the return done. Once that plumbing is all secured, then we'll be able to start moving on to some other stuff. I'm going to start focusing on the rock structure of the tank then. I'm also going to focus on getting the protein skimmer done. Once I get those two things done, then we can move on to starting to get water and RO systems together, and then even get into the filling the tanks part, which I'm really excited about, but at the same time I'm very nervous about. This is a lot of water I'm putting in, and it's gonna take a little time. But we'll have all of other videos on that as we get closer. So I hope you guys liked the video. If you got any questions about my system, please feel free to ask me. I got a long ways to go in this build, and like anything else, there's always learning experiences with it. So if you have questions or comments, please feel free to ask them, and I will try to address them in a video. Try to do a Q&A video periodically, depending on the questions I get in the comments sections. Guys, have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.